Hello class 11th. Our next topic for today in this chapter is stoichiometry. Stoichiometry of chemical reactions. First of all, what is the meaning of stoichiometry? Stoichiometry means to measure an element. We are measuring element here. Now, one of the most important aspect of chemical equation is that when it is written in balanced form, like for example, I'm writing one reaction, CaCO3 reacting with HCl. It forms CaCl2 plus water and plus there is carbon dioxide. And we have to balance this chemical equation. This is a balanced chemical equation. So what is important aspect of chemical equation? That when it is written in the balanced form, it gives quantitative relationship between various reactants and products. And that relationship is in terms of their moles, masses, molecules and volumes. That relationship is between their moles, masses, molecules and volumes. And this is called stoichiometry, the relationship that will get, the quantitative relationship that will get between the reactants and the products in a balanced chemical equation is known as stoichiometry. And these coefficients that they are in front of these formulas, one is here, if nothing is written, that means it's 1. These stoichiometric coefficients, 2 here, 1, 1, 1, these are called stoichiometric coefficients. These are known as stoichiometric coefficients. Now, in this example, I'm taking these quantitative relationships. The meaning of these moles, first of all. If this is written as CaCO3, that means we are taking 1 mole of this. From balanced equation, we're writing. This 2 means there are 2 moles of HCl in a balanced chemical equation. And this is 1 mole, and this is also 1 mole. So can I say the first relationship here is 1 mole of calcium carbonate reacts with 2 moles of hydrochloric acid and it gives 1 mole of calcium chloride, 1 mole of water and 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Now coming to the second part, masses. Now relationship for the masses. In balanced chemical equation, if this is 1 mole is equal to gram molecular mass. And gram molecular mass of calcium carbonate, when we calculate, this comes out to be equal to 100 gram. Here we have 2 moles. So 2 moles is equal to 2 into gram molecular mass. This will come out to be equal to 73 grams. 2 into the gram molecular mass of this, that is 36.5. Calcium chloride gram molecular mass 111 and water is 18 grams. Carbon dioxide is 44 grams. So from this what will come to know? That if we take 100 grams of calcium carbonate, it reacts with 73 grams of hydrochloric acid to give 111 gram of calcium chloride, 18 gram of water and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. In this only we are writing one more quantitative relationship, that is come to the next part here, volume. Now the carbon dioxide is a gas here. When we have gaseous substances, we also take their volumes here in the mole concept. And this is 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to gram molecular mass and this is also equal to 22.4 liter. But remember, under which conditions? At STP. So we can also say 100 gram calcium carbonate is giving 22.4 liter carbon dioxide under the standard temperature pressure conditions, or 73 gram of HCl gives this much amount of carbon dioxide. Or when 111 gram calcium chloride forms in this reaction, along with that carbon dioxide formed is 22.4 liters. So the problems involving these calculations, can be classified into 3 types. These are mass relationship, Mass-mass relationship means mass of one reactants or products is given and the mass of the other reactant or products can be calculated using the balanced chemical equation. Use your stoichiometry coefficients involving masses. We can relate the mass of one of the reactants or products with the other reactants and the products. Second is mass volume relationship. This means mass or volume of one of the reactants or products is given and the mass or the volume of the other can be calculated. Third is volume-volume relationship. This means volume of one of the reactants or products is given and we can find out the volume of the other reactant or the products. So the calculations or the numericals based on stoichiometry are divided into the three types. So first we are doing the numericals based on mass and mass relationship. We are taking the masses only of the reactants and the products here. The first numerical in this part. First problem based on mass and mass relationship. Calculate amount of water that is produced by the combustion of 16 gram of methane. Now see how we solve all these numericals. First step in solving all these numericals is write down the balanced chemical equation. So I'm giving the steps also along with this question. First step is write the balanced chemical equation. So read the statement carefully and see the reaction that is taking place. Calculate amount of water produced. So water is a product. When we are burning 16 gram of methane. So we are burning methane. Our reaction is burning of methane is methane plus oxygen, and what we get by burning hydrocarbons? Carbon dioxide and water. And next thing is we have to write its balanced equation. So first step is this. Then second step. Write the relative number of moles or the relative masses. Relative masses means the gram atomic mass or the molecular mass of reactants and products below their formulae. So the relative gram molecular mass of methane you find out 12 plus 4, 16 grams. So under the formula you write these masses. Oxygen here is your, we don't require oxygen because I'm just talking about the methane and the water. So we can write only the masses of methane and water which are required in the question. Water here is 2 into 18, that means it's 36 grams. This is the second step. Now third step, if the gaseous substances are involved, then we will write the volume under the formula of that substance. Since volume is not involved in this question, so we are not using it. Step 3 is unitary method we have to use to make the required calculations. Now what is that required calculation here? Find out the amount of water when 16 gram of methane is burning. Now here also it's 16 gram only. 16 gram methane when burns, how much amount of water we are getting? 36 grams we are getting. This is a answer. Hence we will write 16 gram methane gives water equal to 36 grams on combustion. This is the answer. This is the first question. Now come to the second question. I hope now the steps are clear. First step is write balanced equation. Second step is under the formulas you write the masses involved or the volume which is involved or the moles which are involved according to our requirement in the question. Then if the volume is here, we write the volume, and last step is we use unitary method to make the required calculations. Second problem. How many moles of methane are required to produce 22 grams CO2 after combustion. That means our reaction is the same only that we have used in the first problem. We are burning here methane. So it's reaction with oxygen, and on combustion it gives carbon dioxide and water, and write the balanced equation. So this is 2 oxygen and here we have 2 water. Now see the question. How many moles of methane? What we have to calculate here is moles of this we have to calculate, which are required to produce 22 gram of CO2. How much CO2 we have to produce from this? 22 grams. So in the question we need the moles of methane and we need the mass of carbon dioxide. So come to the balanced equation. In balanced equation, how many moles of methane are there? 1 mole. And how much mass of CO2 is there? It's 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to gram molecular mass, and that is 44 grams. So this we have written. And last step is now use unitary method. So see, 44 grams CO2 is produced when we take how much of the methane? 1 mole. 22 gram of carbon dioxide will be produced when we'll take how much amount of the methane. So the unitary method is 44 grams CO2 produced from methane is equal to how many moles? 1 mole. And how much CO2 we have to produce? 22 gram. And for this, how much of methane is required? 1 upon 44 into 22, that is half mole, 0.5 moles is required. So this is how we are using the mass and mass relationship. Now one more numerical we are doing for the mass and mass relationship. Third problem. Calculate amount of calcium hydroxide required to remove hardness of how much water? 50,000 liters of water is there. The water is hard, and that hardness of water is because of the calcium bicarbonate given in the question, which has been found to contain 1.62 gram of calcium bicarbonate per 10 liter. Now see, this hard water that has calcium bicarbonate, because of this water is hard, and to remove that hardness, 1.62 gram of calcium carbonate is in the 10 liter water. 1.62 gram calcium bicarbonate is present in the 10 liter water, and we have to remove this hardness, but we have to remove the hardness from 50,000 liter water. So first we find out in 50,000 liter how much of calcium bicarbonate is there. 10 liter has this much amount and 50,000 liters has how much amount of calcium bicarbonate. So 10 liter water has calcium bicarbonate is equal to 1.62 gram. Therefore, 50,000 liter will have how much of this? Into 50,000. After solving, we will get 8,100 gram. This much calcium bicarbonate we have to remove. And to remove the hardness of water, what we are adding to that water? We are adding calcium hydroxide. So actually calcium hydroxide and calcium bicarbonate, they will react. So reaction is, this is the second part. First part is this. Second we are doing now. Calcium bicarbonate reacts with this calcium hydroxide, and this changes to calcium carbonate and water. But we need a balanced equation. So balanced equation here is 2 water. This. Now see, we need the mass of these. So in the balanced chemical equation, this is 1 mole. This is also 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to gram molecular mass. Calculate the gram molecular mass of this. Calcium is 40, hydrogen 1, carbon 12, oxygen is 16. into 2. This will come out to be equal to 162. Calcium hydroxide, calcium is 40. Then oxygen is 16, hydrogen 1 into 2. This comes out to be equal to 74 grams. So how much of calcium bicarbonate we have to remove? 8100 gram. If 162 gram calcium bicarbonate is there, to react with this much amount of calcium bicarbonate, how much of calcium hydroxide is required? 74 gram is required. And for 8100 gram, how much of calcium hydroxide is required? Unitary method we will use here. So 162 gram calcium bicarbonate requires calcium hydroxide is equal to 74 gram. And how much calcium bicarbonate do we have to remove? 8100, which is in the 50,000 liter water. For this much calcium bicarbonate, calcium hydroxide required is this. This comes out to be equal to 3700 grams. This much amount of calcium hydroxide is required. So these are our numericals for mass and mass relationship. Moving on to the type 2, that is mass volume relationship. The first question in this is, what volume of carbon dioxide? We have to calculate the volume of carbon dioxide, but measured at 27 degrees Celsius and 720 mm pressure would be obtained by reacting 10 gram pure marble with dilute HCl. So now see the statement and find out the reaction taking place here. How much volume of CO2 will be obtained? That means CO2 is a product. And how we get the CO2? By reacting marble with dilute HCl. Marble is calcium carbonate. This reacts with the dilute HCl. And after reaction we get CaCl2. From carbonate we get the carbon dioxide and plus we get the water. So reaction we have written, and see this is balanced equation or not. If it's not balanced equation, then balance it. Our first step, balanced chemical equation we have written. Now what they're talking about in the statement, for marble they are saying 10 gram. That means they're talking about the mass of calcium carbonate. In balanced equation we write the mass of calcium carbonate, it's 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to gram molecular mass. Calculate the gram molecular mass of calcium carbonate. This comes out to be equal to 100 gram. So 100 gram calcium carbonate is here and they're talking about volume of CO2. How much of CO2 is forming here? Since it's 1 mole is equal to 22.4 liter, or we can write in centimeter cube also, but at STP. This much volume will come only under the standard conditions of temperature and pressure. So this is the first part we have written. But volume of CO2 we have to find out when 10 gram of marble is reacting. So 100 gram CaCO3 gives CO2 equal to 22.4 liter, but this is at STP. And according to question, only 10 gram marble we are reacting. So how much of CO2 we are getting? 22.4 upon 100 into 10. That is, we get 2.24 liter, but we are getting it at STP. But according to question C, this we have to find out. Volume of CO2 we have to find out under these conditions. These are not STP conditions, these are experimental conditions. So whenever the STP volume we have to change to experimental or experimental to STP, we always use ideal gas equation. That is P1 V1 upon T1 equal to P2 V2 upon T2. So that step we have to do. One side we write STP condition, other side we are writing experimental conditions. STP, pressure, volume, temperature. Any side we can write anything. P2, V2 and T2. Now STP, pressure is given here in millimeters, so this also we are taking in millimeters. 760 millimeter is STP pressure. STP volume we have calculated here, that is 2.24 liter. And STP temperature is always 273 Kelvin. These are fixed. Experimental pressure. Under this pressure we have to find out the volume of carbon dioxide, 720 millimeter. This volume experimental we have to find out. And temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. Change it to Kelvin. This becomes 300 Kelvin. Now which formula we have to use here? P1 V1 upon T1 equal to P2 V2 upon T2. Fill all the values. Volume is left here. Volume V2 we can calculate. This will come out to be under the experimental condition. This will be our answer. So we have related the mass here with the volume. So this is the second type of the numerical. Moving on to the third type of numericals, that is involving volume relationship. Question is, what volume of oxygen at STP is required for combustion of 200 centimeter cube of acetylene, and along with this we also have to find out the volume of CO2 formed. So again, read the statement carefully and see the reaction taking place. We are burning acetylene. Acetylene is ethane gas, that is C2H2. So burning of this means reaction with oxygen. Burning of hydrocarbon gives the carbon dioxide and water. This is a reaction. Balance this equation. This is 2, 4, 2 and this is 5. Now come to the question. What volume of oxygen at STP we have to find out? To burn how much of acetylene? 200 centimeter cube. To burn 200 centimeter cube of acetylene, how much volume of oxygen is required at STP, and how much volume of CO2 will form at STP only? Now come to the balanced equation. In balanced equation, how much volume of C2H2 is given here? Since it is 2 moles, so we can say 1 mole is 22.4 liter and 2 moles will be 2 into 22.4 liter. Since this is given in centimeter cube, this also we are writing in centimeter cube. This volume is 2 into 22400 centimeter cube. For this much amount of the acetylene, how much volume of oxygen is required? 5 into 22400 centimeter cube. And how much volume of CO2 will form? 4 into 22400 centimeter cube. All these are under the STP conditions. So now come to the question. If this much volume we are taking, 2 into 22400 centimeter cube of acetylene requires oxygen, how much? For this much volume of acetylene, oxygen required is this much, 5 into 22400 centimeter cube at STP we will write. But we are burning how much of acetylene? 200 centimeter cube. For this much, how much of oxygen is required? 5 into 22400 upon this into 200. So this comes out to be equal to how much? 500 centimeter cube of oxygen at STP. This is required. So one part we have solved. Coming to the second part now. We also have to find out the volume of CO2 formed here. Now we will relate these two. this much volume of acetylene gives this much volume of CO2, and 200 centimeter cube of acetylene will give how much volume of CO2. So 2 into 2 to 400 centimeter cube of C2H2 gives CO2 at STP conditions is 4 into 2 to 400 centimeter cube, this thing. And if you take 200 centimeter cube of this, how much of CO2 will form? Unitary method. This will come out to be equal to 400 centimeter cube at STP. So this is a numerical for volume and volume relationship. So this is about the stoichiometry in the chemical reactions, where we have done the three type of the numericals based on mass, volume and volume relationship. Thank you.